Hi there, welcome back. This is the 14th part of our MERN blog from scratch, and we're gonna learn a lot of great features. With that being said, let's begin. Okay, first of all, we're gonna paste some npm package, material UI. This is how we install material UI, emotion, style, icon, Datagrid, Axio, Yup, moment for formatted date, Yup for validation, React Dropzone. So we're gonna use drag and drop, image, React pull sidebar. To for the dashboard. React Quill. We're gonna use what you see is what you get. React Redux or Redux DevTools extension. React Water Dome, React Testify, Redux. So we're gonna need all of these things. And before starting our server, so we're gonna add the proxy. The proxy because we are going to make requests to our backend API. So as you can see, this will be HTTP or /localhost column 9000 because our backend port is 9000. And after that, we're gonna use Material UI. Okay, so this is how you install Material UI. So as you can see, this is the link of the installation of Material UI. And also this is the style sheet, okay? And it's pretty simple to install. Okay, so as you can see, we go back, we have everything already installed for us, okay? So after that, we are going to add our um, font, custom font. So we're gonna make some cleanup. Okay, so while here, we're gonna add our font. Okay, so this is one of the way to install font, and we save. So after that, we can start our server. Okay, now our server is started successfully. And as you can see here in the screen, so this is our first install of React. So now we're gonna make some cleanup in index.js. Okay, we want this. Okay, and save. As you can see, no errors. So we're gonna make also some cleanup in the app.js. So we will use our function RAFCE. So if you can do RAFCE, to create functional components, you need to install an npm package, okay, to do so. It's really simple and it's very helpful. Okay, now we have blog app. Okay, so we don't need these thing. Well, let's install these. Let's remove these. And now if we check in our browser, as you can see, we have blog app. Okay. So after that, I will use another console. Okay. Because we're gonna create some folder with comments, so it will help us a lot. Make directory components. Okay. So because we need to structure our application. So if we feel that we have the needs to deal with it, so that um, our application is well structured. Okay, we have admin folder, components folder, pages. folder. Okay, and Redux folder, and after that we have images folder. What else? So we have user folder. Okay, so now we have our structure, and let's go inside pages, cd change directory pages, and let's create a file named home.js. This will be our home page. And after that, we will need to create a login page. And after that, we need not found. Not found. This is a page that will be shown when you search for a bad URL. We'll need a register page. To register a user. I mean, any user, anyone can register. Okay. Also, we have a single post. Okay, and now let's create the basic component for homepage. And for login page. So we're gonna do this for all our pages. Okay, not found. Register. Single post. Okay, now single post, we change, we put it like single post, I mean, like camel case. And now we bring here in the app browser route from React Router DOM, because this app.js will be the entry point of our application. So the first route will be home page, I mean only / for home page. Curly braces, and accept the component. Now we need to import home from pages and home, and we save. And as you can see, it's changed automatically to home page. Okay. After that, we will bring not found page, those container, React Testify, CSS part, post sidebar provider. Okay. We'll add not found, and we will pass a wild card. This will be not found. And this toast container is to show, successful or um, failed request. And this post sidebar provider will, because we're gonna use it in our dashboard. So this is how it says to use it. Okay, and we're gonna put in between browser water inside of a post sidebar provider that comes from React post sidebar. Okay, so now we are going to have a basic bar. So as you can see on the screen, we have many examples. You expand and you can see um, these examples, and this is another one. You expand and see what's inside. Okay, so it's simple, as you can see. Okay, and we're gonna jump into source and in components. We're gonna create a Navbar, Navbar.js, and also we'll create a footer.js. Okay, in Navbar. So we will paste our component, but we have some little adjustment. But this is pretty the same as you saw, as I have just showed you in the example. Um, Now this is the menu. Um, this will be the drop down. Okay. Um, okay, and the link we bring it from React Water Dome. Okay, now we will import in our name, in our home.js homepage, navbar and footer. And now if we check again, let's see. Okay, as you can see, we have blog, we have home, register. Okay, this is the drop down. Okay, the menu. After that, we will have a basic footer. We create it with our function. Okay, and passed some basic things in it. Box is the default is like a div. Okay, as you can see, height, display flex, justify content. Okay, so after that we need to bring box from material UI. Okay, and in um, homepage we need to bring footer. And let's wait. Okay, as you can see, we have the footer. Okay, after that we will bring another component. As you can see, React card. Okay, this is the one that we are going to use, but this is how to find it. Okay, as you can see, we have many options. This is why I love Material UI. So with less effort, you can speed up um, your application. This is great. So we're going to use it. Um, so we're gonna name it postcard. Okay, as you can see, we paste the component. Okay, card header, media, content, actions, with some basic change. Okay, so um, as you can see, and the link come from React Water Dome. So we're gonna add the link on the in the image. Okay, and this will be our text and our description, and this will be our like. So this one we had a custom div like box. The default is a div. So and we have two more boxes, and the main div we add a display flex so that we have space between like and comment. Okay, so we're gonna structure our uh, homepage. Okay, so this is SX props is like if this is your first time, this is how you add style. Okay, for Material UI, so you can add style too, but SX is made for this purpose. And we have container. Container, it's like bootstrap. Okay, it's like bootstrap, and we have SX box. PT is for padding top, 5 PB padding bottom in height. Okay, 83 DH. And after that, we have another div. I mean, if you don't pass anything inside, the box will be, the default will be a div. Okay, so SX props, okay, for adding style, and we have flex glow 1. And we're gonna use grid, okay. Um, okay, so we need to bring box, okay, from Material UI container. It's like bootstrap container that you probably know, already know. And grid, we need to bring grid, okay. Okay, and the grid we paste. This is how Material UI requires. Okay, you pass the container spacing. You add your custom spacing. Okay, but this one we you can always customize the values. Okay, you have columns. Okay, as you can see with those values. Okay, and you have the main grid container, and you will have another grid item. Okay, and we have to add some props too. Okay, and this grid will be item. Okay, so it's not difficult. So if you have any trouble, just search in the search bar of Material UI. You will find any element available to create your application. Okay, and it's self-explained. Okay, and now we're gonna bring postcard. Okay, and as you can see in the screen, this is the postcard, but we don't have image. Okay, this is how we will show, I mean, likes and comments. Okay, so we will need to bring image here, but behind the scene we have added mm, this image, okay, in the images folder. So we're gonna bring um, gonna bring it. Okay, we're gonna bring it from the images folder and the image name. And now we're gonna open and close curly braces and add the image. So let's take a look. And as you can see, this is a little bit uh, our card that will show our post. And after that, we need to go in the Redux folder because we will create the necessary files. We create the store file, okay, and we create the folder actions, the folder reducers, and the last the folder constants. Okay, now inside the constants folder, we're gonna create a user constants. Okay, so sign up request, success, fail, and reset. Okay, we use multi-line cursor, okay, to make our life easier. And now inside reducers, we create a user reducer. Export const user reducer. User reducer sign up. So it accepts two parameters, the state and action. And the state, so you're gonna have an object, and like so. So after that, we have a switch case, block, and gonna pass action that type. And our first type will be user sign up request, which we will bring it automatically. Loading through. And here will be user sign up success, lowercase. Let's break line. Okay, so we're gonna name. So what you return, it's up to you, okay? But you find a way to find a condition to fit your needs, okay? So user sign up failed, and action that payload in user sign up represent the data that will come when you uh, make request with action. And the fail will be error action that payload will come the error and reset, so we return an empty object. And in the default we will return the state. But we need to bring the user reducer sign up in the store. But before bringing in the store, we need to prepare, configure the store. And we're gonna bring a create store, combine reducers, apply middleware from Redux, stock from Redux stock, and compose with DevTools from Redux DevTools / extension. And first of all, we're gonna add this command, combine reducers, const reducer, and we will use combine reducers. Combine reducers, this is here that will receive all the reducers in our application, and we will have the initial state. For now, the initial state will be an empty object because we don't have any initial state yet. And another variable named const middleware, and we will bring the func. And after that, we will use create store. Create store will accept the reducer, okay, already defined, and the initial state, okay, which is the object. And after that, compose with DevTools, okay, which will take the apply middleware, and apply middleware we will use a spread operator and pass the middleware. And after that, we need to export the store so that we can use it in other file. Okay, because we have already the user sign up reducer, we will bring it in the store. This is our first reducer. Okay, we'll bring it in auto import it. And now we move inside the actions folder. So we'll have sign up action, and inside we have the user, but this user will represent for us the user object, and you will see that in a while. and dispatch type, we bring the type to import it, and we will use try catch of lowercase. Okay, user sign up success. And we will extract data from um, the request, await axio.post, because we are using async await. Okay, so post /API /sign up, and we'll receive here because we are posting, we need to send data. So we'll receive the user object and pass the user object in the post request. And as we are using Axio, we need to bring Axio here. Okay, so we need to bring tools from React Testify. This is the little message that will appear up right corner. Okay, and dispatch error response data error. This type of error will come from Axio, and this is how you get it. So we will duplicate this user reducer sign up. So this time we will have sign in. Okay, add some comments. Okay, now we select user sign up. Okay, Control D, and we're gonna change sign up from sign up to sign in. Okay, and we copy everything. We're gonna go inside the constants, user constants. Okay, and we paste everything here, and using multi-line cursor, we create easily our constants. Okay, so we need to bring your constants here. Okay, we'll break lines. Okay, so in user sign in, as you can see, we add a condition is authenticated, so that we know when a user is authenticated, and also we'll need the user info. Okay, the user info will use it also in the process of authentication. and um, first of all, it is null. And when a success response user info will be action that payload, I mean the data that we receive from Axio. And if fail is authenticated is false, and error action that payload user info also is null. But also in of all cases, we'll have the loading, okay, changing to true, false, and false. Okay, and after that, let's bring sign in user would is sign in from the store, I mean to the store. So sign up action, so we'll change it a little bit. So as you can see, they are a little bit similar, okay? So we bring them auto imported. We break lines, and instead of having sign up, we will have a sign in, okay? And we will still receive the user object. Okay, when a user is signed in, so we'll save his data in local storage. We will name it set item user info, and we will use JSON that stringify data, because local storage already only store string. Okay, and we have the toast notification login successfully. Okay, and this time we have user profile. User profile the state the default user will be null, okay? And when you have a successful response action that payload that user, that's when you access directly um, the user object, okay? And we copy everything here, and we're gonna paste it here. And export course, load request, success, fail, and reset. And we're gonna bring those constants here, and then auto imported. And we will need to bring the user register profile in the store, and we name it user profile. And we need to bring the user profile action. Okay, so this is the endpoint /API/me, and we need to bring the constants and user will do a logout. Okay, so this one will be pretty simple. So we create the constants, okay, the same way we did for the others, and we bring constants here. And logout. And also logout. So we're gonna remove, as you can see, when you sign in, you set the item and the name was user info. When you log out, first of all, you will remove the user info from local storage, and after that, we reach the logout endpoint. Okay, and we're gonna bring the constants here. Logout request, success, and failed, auto imported. Okay, so the sign in, when you sign in, we're gonna add the initial state for sign in. You see sign in the register, you're gonna add the initial state for sign in. Okay, so when as the user is signing in, so we save the data in local storage, as you can see, local storage set item user info, and we put JSON stringify and pass the data. Okay, so this one will be signing the default state. Okay, and we add user info. So we're gonna check in the local storage if we find the this is exists. I mean, we find user info. So we're gonna parse, okay, JSON.parse local storage get item user info. Okay, and else it will be null. Okay, now we're gonna configure the store in our main app. So we bring provider from React Redux. And we're gonna put everything inside provider. And provider will accept the store props, and we will receive the store. And store, we need to bring store. Okay. That /redux /store. Okay, and after that we say, so we see we have a little problem. We don't have with a trunk module not found. Okay, so let's make a little quick check. As you can see, we don't have Redux trunk, and we're gonna um, jump inside our frontend folder and install Redux trunk. And as you can see, So this is the component and everything is fine. And as you can see, we have our state, sign up, sign in, okay, sign in user info null, user profile, and logout. Okay, now we're gonna deal with forms, and as you can see, React text field, and this is the variety of fields that you can have. And here in the search bar, you can search for your components. Okay, so and basically you just copy the component. As you can see, you expand and check what you see inside, and if that is great for you, so you take it. This is how it works, okay, with very less effort. So I'm gonna bring login from the pages. And this one will be login. And in the login page, so we are going to use Formik and Yup for validation. And as you can see, we made a little customization, but this is the same thing. We are using text field. So we just added a box, which is like a div, okay, and the box, the box in the form, as you can see, component is a form, okay, and on submit, um, it will receive on submit. This is the Formik will handle everything for us. I mean, the fields will come. Formik will handle the value, the input. Okay, so value on change on blur. Okay, when you remove the mouse, it was activated, so it will show error if um, it has validation in it. And after that, so we need to bring everything that we are going to use. As you can see, avatar, box, some icon, button, use Formik from Formik, use validation. We are going to use dispatch, use selector from Redux, use navigate. I mean, like to change URL, and also we're gonna have our validation. This is how you create validation with you. Okay, so you works really great with Formik. Okay, and once you have your validation, email and password, in order to work should exist. You have the name, okay, and ID. Okay, as you can see, ID email, and password, name password, ID password. Okay, so the rest, the Formik will handle everything for you. And now the last part in the configuration. So we're gonna use Formik hook, and we pass our initial state. If we write email an email in the initial state, it will appear in our form, okay? And on submit, so we'll receive the values that will come from the initial state, and the initial state on change, Formik will grab the value that you're writing in the input field, okay? and um, use a sign up action. Okay, will come from the actions folder. Okay, but one thing I um, I like to do for good practice. So I want before sending the data actually to see what I will send. Okay, so you see it's miss a little bit some CSS. So we'll come back, and as you can see, we're gonna print the value. Okay, and by the time we go inside our app.css, we're gonna paste some boilerplate for our login form. This is the style hour, so now it is much better. Okay, and as you can see, if you remove the mouse, automatically it says email required, password is required. So the validation is working. And as you can see, this is the value that we will send. I was told you that was the user object. Okay, so when you pass the value, okay, I will comment this was for testing. Okay, just to be sure that you have all your fields, okay, inside the the object. Okay, and we're gonna use dispatch, and we'll bring use dispatch. So use sign up action. So this is we have created user sign in action. Okay, and you see it received the user object. So the values, okay, will represent the user object, okay, in the user sign in actions. Okay, and after that, we have the other parameter actions that we set form that will reset our form when we submit. Okay, so John Doe is an admin user, and let's wait. And as you can see, login successfully. Okay, so you can see that in the state. Okay, let's click the user sign in success. As you can see, um, you see user info. So we save in the local storage. Um, I mean the only necessary informations, and is authenticated is true. Okay, and so that's it. But we will have to, to adjust our code. So we will bring loading. We will bring loading is authenticated. As you can see, all these things exist in the signing um, state. Okay, and to select a state, we're gonna use selector. Okay, and the state, and we will choose the sign-in state. Okay, this is how you choose the state in the store. And now we will use effect. Use effect, we all have already used effect from React. Is authenticated. Okay, so first of all, it's authenticated, and if user info that role is admin, so it will redirect to user dashboard, to admin dashboard. Else it's a regular user, it will redirect to user dashboard, right? And this loading, So I will give you the example, but you can add a spinner anytime you want. Okay. So now you can say if loading is true, so you can add loading. But if you have some, I can say a spinner, or you got the idea, you can use it instead. And general operator else login. And also we need to do a last thing in the bottom. So disable loading. Okay. So we see we have an error, so we need to bring navigate, const navigate to use navigate hook, and use navigate hook from React router DOM. And as you can see, no errors. Okay, it already redirect us to admin dashboard, but we don't have this URL yet, so we will create it soon. And we go inside admin folder. We're gonna create admin dashboard. So admin will be able to create post. Okay, so we create another file name create post, another file name edit post. Okay, this is for admin users. And now we create the basic, the boilerplate, the basic component, admin, create post, edit post. So this one will be admin dashboard. And the component will be admin dashboard, as you can see, auto imported. We'll duplicate this line. So admin post create, and we'll bring create post auto imported. And this one will be edit admin post edit column ID, and we pass edit post auto imported, and we save. So as you can see, we have now admin page is available. But as you can see, admin page should be available only for admin users. So we will add now some restriction. And as you can see, admin route. So we are using children props, user info. We choose user info from sign-in state. And if user info and user info role is an admin, okay, where we have it in the model. The default is a user, okay, and if the role is admin, as you can see, basically it says any element, any page that has this admin route, you can render any element in between admin route that meet the condition, okay. Um, Also, you have user route. User route, the condition will be um, if the role is user, okay. So you can render any component that meet this condition. Else, as you can see, return to homepage. And as we have our protected route in the homepage, we have protected route in backend, we have protected route in the front-end part also. And we're gonna wrap all our admin pages with admin route, okay. So we just copy this, so to cut one time, and save. And we paste a boilerplate named global, which we have header top, layout, and sidebar. This is to create our dashboard, and layout is using, if you're watching my videos, you know layout is a high order component. I mean, it's a component that return another component, like higher function. It's a function that return another function. Okay, so we have sidebar in the global, and we have header top defined in the global, and here we have component. This is when you pass the component, it will render the component where you see component um, curly braces, spread operator, props. Okay, now we're gonna import in the layout. The layout um, also this is a way to not repeat ourselves. Okay, we define the layout, and each time we want to um, show a component inside this layout, we just use it. Okay, so this is a high order component, so we're gonna use it, and we're gonna name it admin dashboard hoc. This is how I name it. You can name it whatever you want. Just give it a name that makes sense when someone is um, so that people can read it, okay, and understand what's going on. Okay, so layout will receive the component, okay, as you can see, and it will return here the component. This is where it will render the component. Okay, and now instead of render admin dashboard, I will render the admin dashboard hoc. So as you can see, we have beautiful sidebar, and as you can see, we have hamburger so that we can open and close sidebar, okay, which is great, okay. So this is come from React Pro sidebar, okay. And if you check in the sidebar, as you can see, the sidebar is coming from the Pro sidebar, okay? And Pro sidebar has also menu, it has also menu item, okay? And we have our condition. If the role is admin, so we will bring dashboard and create a post. Else, we will only see if you are a regular user, you will only see only one um, item, one menu. You will have your dashboard and the button to log out. Okay, so so you see sidebar, menu item, menu classes from React Pro sidebar. Okay, and user info, we choose it in the sign-in state. Okay, and user profile, as you can see, already defined in user actions. Okay, and logout. When you log out, you're gonna dispatch user logout action, and we will reload it. Okay, this is the user logout. So we'll clear the local storage, and then we will reach the endpoint /API/logout. Okay, and we had some custom site. Okay, after that we will use React Quill. This is the package that will output what you see is what you get editor. Okay, so this is the documentation. I'm gonna use the version 2. Okay, and you can check their repo. Okay, we start custom toolbar. Okay, the version 2, etc. And after that, another interesting package, React Dropzone, which will allow us to drag in drop files, images. Okay, so you gotta read the documentation. Okay, so now this one will be a little bit so you gotta put your attention if you want to understand it, but even you see it, you will have to practice to understand. So we'll bring React Quill, and React Quill you will bring the CSS and the Snow CSS. Okay, first of all, we have a box. The default is a div, and the background color will be white, and we have some padding, top, bottom, right, left, and typography. Create post. And this box will be a form component form. Okay, and on submit, handle submit. Okay, this will come from Formik. Okay, and we have text field. Text field, as you can see, we have title, okay, and values that title. So all this stuff will come from Formik. Okay, but text field is from material UI. Okay, and now we're gonna use React Quill. React Quill, you will see what she sees what you get editor. This is it here, and the theme is no. This is the placeholder, but it will receive the modules. Okay, but we don't have yet this modules. Okay, and value that content. Okay, set field value is really important. This is when you want to add specific value. Okay, for example, React Quill, and you want to grab the value from the React Quill, and you use set field value from from Formik. Okay, but let's add a component. Let's name it module toolbar. And this is from their documentation, guys. So um, yeah, I took this from their documentation, and as you can see, uh, this is how all you want to have. And export const modules. Okay, this is header. Um, okay, so export const modules, it will receive, as you can see, we're gonna name it toolbar, and it will receive toolbar options which define here. Okay, um, and we will import modules from your component. Okay, and after that we'll have one of interested part. Okay, this form, I mean, create post has a lot going on in it. Okay, so we're gonna use Dropzone to allow us to drag and drop images. I mean, we can drag and drop images, but this in this lesson I will only drop one image. Okay, so even you add multiple, it will receive only one. So we open and close drop zone, and we paste some pops. As you can see, it accepts only JPEG, okay, and PNG, and multiple files. That means you can't add multiple files, and you have on drop pops that accept files. And I'm gonna use um, this file reader API to convert in base 64. I mean, okay. So as you can see, um, this set value, I will use set value, and I will grab the image value, okay, and reader that result. So the image will be converted up to base 64, okay, and we will pass it to the image field as we define it as set field value that will grab this value. Okay, now inside in between drop zone, okay, so as you can see, open and close curly braces, and add an arrow function, and it will receive we will destructure some pops, okay, get wood pops, get input pops. This is from their documentation, guys, again, okay, is drag active. Okay, so as you can see, it accepts a div. Inside the div, you spread the get wood props. Okay, this is some basic styling. Okay, we receive the input, and here in the background, we are using is drag active. We're gonna change a color, else we're gonna add another color. This is um why you see the color is changed when the image is over the box. Okay. And after that, we will have to add some condition because I will have to make it, I mean, more, increase user experience. Okay. Now is the drag is active. So we will have this text, we have, the cloud, to upload. And we will say if active, that means the image is over it. And we will say drop here. Else, values. Value that image is coming from Formik. This is how you grab the values, okay? And values that image null, okay? That means there is nothing in the I can say in the state in the initial value, okay? So we'll say we'll still have the cloud upload icon, but we'll say drag and drop here. or click. If you click also, you can browse your image. Okay. Okay, so we add the condition. Okay, first condition is drag active. Okay, we have the value drop here. Else, if values that image null, we have the condition drag and drop here. Okay, else what we are going to do, we are going to show the image. Okay, so we will let's add image, drag and drop image here, or click to choose. So we will show the image here. So I think that's it, and we have the validation schema so that our form can receive the validation. So create post, I'm gonna comment this because I don't have it yet. I will comment this alert, okay, so that we test, because it is always a good idea to see uh, if we have all our values in the object. Okay, so as you can see, name, as you can see, title should be exist, okay, in the initial state. Okay, content, image, you see image null in the initial state. Okay, and we have with this structure set field value, which is really important for us. Okay, this is how you add a custom value in job uh, Dropzone and um, we are Quill. Okay, and we save. We forget to add the button. Okay, so the button, this will be create post, and we save. So let's take a look. As you can see, we have a beautiful UI with validation. Okay, seems like we need to reload to take effect. And okay, so when you click create post, so you see text content is required. Okay, and you see this beautiful what you see is what you get editor with bold, italic, underline, h1, h2, so which is great. So um, we wrote a lot of codes, but at the end it worth the time. Okay, as you can see, you can change h1 to h2. Okay, so all these things, this is great for user experience. And as you can see, when the image is over, so you see the color is changed and also the text is changed. And when you drop the image, and you will show it will be shown the image that you posted. And when you try to create the post, as you can see in the object, you see your title, your content, and the image in base 64. Okay, so we have everything set up. So now we will need to send um, those values in our backend API. So create post, as you can see, we will wrap we'll use our custom layout, okay, to show create post um, in a better way. Okay, create post hoc, And as you can see, it has now sidebar. Okay, so great UI. Okay, I love it. Okay, now we don't need to alert because we know we have our values, and we will create this create no post. So create no post will receive the values. Okay, um, and create no post, we're gonna use API post create and values. It will receive the values. Okay, so on submit, okay, create post will receive the values, and we grab the values. So we creating the post, so we need to pass the object um, in the post request. So as you can see, for O1 otherwise we need to log in again. As you can see, login successfully, and now we can create a post. Okay, so we're gonna name it marketplace, and we're gonna paste low ipso text, I mean some fake text. And we drop an image here, and we try to create a post. And as you can see, post created. So let's try to create another one. Work environment. And as you can see, post created. Okay, so in the admin dashboard, we're gonna use Datagrid with class to add custom class in the Datagrid. Okay, and link from React Water Dome. Okay, so as you can see, we need to pass colons. So this field, as you can see, um, has to exist in the post model. As you can see, I have title in the post, content posted by image, okay, and likes is an array of objects, comments is an array of objects. It's an array of objects, okay. So the same way we have columns. This is by data grid, okay. So render cell is for output when you want to output custom values, okay. And moment, this is to format the date, okay, the way we want, okay. And render cell, so for now I will comment this because I want to avoid some errors because some piece of code I don't have them yet. Okay. Okay, now we paste the boilerplate. This is box like div and pass the title, which is the typography, and another box, so which says create post and create post admin post create. Okay, and as you can see the box, okay, for the data grid, and data grid, as you can see, this is from Material UI data grid, and this whoa get whoa ID is very important. This is how you grab the ID, okay. And SX props, this is a custom style, and whoa will receive the whoas, okay. And you see columns will receive columns, okay. And post, we don't have it yet. um, the whoa is an array, okay, is an array of objects, but we will have it in our state. So as you can see, const post, set post. So the default is it's an empty array. And to display post, this is the method display post get. This is the get request API post show, and set post will receive data post that will come from Axio. Okay, so after that, to execute, we'll use use effect display post. Okay, and we save. As you can see, we have data grid ready. So you see, with not much effort, so we have our beautiful UI displayed. Okay, and after that, we will uncomment. This actions is a custom field, okay, because we don't have this field in our model, but we will use it to render some custom information. I mean, custom actions like delete, edit. You got the idea. And to edit a post, we will need the value.row.id, okay? And we will use the render cell method. Render cell is from Datagrid, okay? And there's delete post by ID. We don't have it yet, so we have the event. Click the event, and it will receive delete post by ID event and value that row that ID. So which is possible with the what I've showed you about I think get row ID, something like that. Okay, and now we have the method to delete. We receive the event and the ID, okay, and we add some confirmation. Windows.confirm, are you sure you want to delete this post? Okay, if yes, so it will delete the current post, okay. And if we have a successful response, we'll show a message in the front end. And as you can see in the actions column, so as you can see, it is beautiful. So I don't have this page yet. We will create it soon, okay. But we can try to delete work environment, and if you confirm, okay, post deleted and the post is gone. So we'll have to, so this is the ID, okay. As you can see, we will grab this ID to edit the post. So edit the post will be pretty the same thing with very small adjustment. Okay, and let's bring the components. Okay, so modules that we already have, text, drop zone. Okay, we're gonna need all. Okay, and let's bring here the validation same way. Okay, and after that we're gonna extract the ID from okay, use params. Use params, I've showed you before. When you have the ID in the URL parameter, we're gonna grab the ID with use params. Okay, use params hook. And now we're gonna have some view state, title, content, image preview. So to add the image preview of our post image. And we need the same thing, almost the same thing. We will change, this is really important, enable uh, reinitialized. Okay, and the other thing is in the preview image. So in the source, if values that image is empty, we're gonna use image preview. Else we're gonna use values that image. Okay, so this is it. And so we add so when we grab the ID, we're gonna display uh, that post. Okay, because as you can see, image that URL, this is how we find data post that image that URL. Okay, to display the single post image. Okay, and now we execute single post by ID. Okay, and this ID, as I have already told you, we grab the ID from the URL parameter. Okay, and to update the post, so again we will receive the values. Okay, in the form, and ID we have already in the URL parameter. Okay, and update post that will receive the values, and values is an object. Okay, as you can see, we don't have we have an error, we don't have navigate. So let's bring const navigate from use navigate from we acquire the DOM. And as you can see, it is populated automatically. Okay, we have on edit post link, and as you can see, auto populate with title, content, and the current image. And to be sure, we're gonna modify everything. Okay, marketplace edit in the at the beginning of the text, and we're gonna add another image and try to update the post. Let's wait a little bit, and as you can see, post updated. And as you can see, the title marketplace edit. Okay, and let's check. And as you can see, the title, the content, edit, and the image also. So everything is working great. So let's back the post to normal. And as you can see, everything back to normal. So after that, we will add user dashboard. User dashboard, it will be really simple. Okay. Because our focus is more on the post, on some features on the blog post. Okay. But we will print some basic data just to have some user dashboard. Okay, and user dashboard will also use our layout. Okay. And this time we will have user dashboard. Okay, and user dashboard HOC, but this is an admin route. We need to change it to user route. We select admin route and we're gonna address our cursor. We change admin route to user route. And after that, we need to bring, seems like the auto import is not working. What we are going to do, let's bring it. Okay, and save. And now to see the user dashboard, we need to log out and log in again, but we will get soon on the post to make it dynamic. Now it is static. We're gonna log in as a regular user. And as you can see, it will direct us to user dashboard. Okay, so basic things. Okay, and now let's take care of our post. And now we're gonna bring post, set post. Okay, empty array and loading false. Now we're gonna display the post, show post. Okay, the endpoint /API/post/post/show, and set post will receive data post, and we're gonna execute show post in use effect. Okay, and okay, so we're gonna have our loop. Okay, here post, if this is true, then we're gonna map. Okay, we add parentheses because we need to grab the index, because React, okay, make it um, required to add a key to each element. Okay, And if we check, let's see in our page, as you can see, we post, but we will have to render dynamic data. It's still static, okay, but we need to render dynamic data. Now let's go inside the post card, okay, because we need to adjust our component to make it dynamic. Okay, and we're gonna open and close curly braces. We're gonna add props, okay, ID, title, subheader, image, content, comments, okay, likes. Comments and likes are array, okay. And let's add dynamic um, data. So the image will receive the image from the props. Okay, I don't need the image, the static image, because it will come from the props. Okay, and now this fixed text, I will have to use a dynamic text. Let's uncomment this. Okay, so this element box will be a span, and it will use then was then dangerously set inner HTML. Okay, as you can see, it will use the content that will come from the content pops. Okay, here this because why I'm doing this, it's because we will have some we'll have to render some HTML tags. So when using this, it will so that we don't have, I mean, p tag inside our post that uh, that is shown in the front end. You got the idea? Okay. So comments. So we'll have likes dynamic and comments dynamic. Okay. And we need to make title and subheader dynamic too. Title will receive title, okay, and subheader will receive subheader. All of these are pops, okay, that are passed in postcard. And we save. After that, I need to, I mean, key should be inside the grid, okay. um, ID pops post ID post ID, title post title, content post content, image if the image exists. So we have post that image that URL, else it will be empty. Okay, and we need to import moment. We already installed it from so we import moment in order to format our date. Okay, moment post that created at that format, and we will use this format. Okay, as you can see, post that comments that net to get the length of the array, and likes the same thing too, but we cut this because it should be on the top, I mean inside the first element of the loop in okay, in the grid. Okay, and now as you can see, we have dynamic data e-commerce. We have the date well formatted, okay, and we have the count. So we have the text. The text is bigger, but we put a snippet to cut the text, and we have the number of the likes, comments. Okay, so the images come from the Cloudinary. Okay, and now we have a link on the image. Okay, /post/id, and the ID will receive the ID from the props. And now we will have to add two more props, show post and like ID. Like ID is an array. You will see why we are using it. And we bring user info. So if a user is still logged in, we'll bring the user info from the sign-in state, and this add a like. Okay, this is the endpoint that we have created in the previous lesson. Okay, so the ID we get it from the props and we pass it in the put request, okay, to modify, and the show post. So you see, we execute the show post. I mean, to make our data, to show our data in a most recent way, okay. And remove like, we'll also use the endpoint that we created in our backend part lesson. Okay, and we'll add a condition here to show empty heart, and let me show you like ID. Like ID is an array, okay. Like ID is an array of object, so we will use the includes, like ID that includes, okay. So you see the condition user info, we will grab the user ID. So if like ID has the user ID, that means that user already liked the post. You got the idea. If not, uh, it will have an empty heart. Okay, so here we will have to pass the two more. I mean, you see, like ID has the likes array, okay, and show post will receive show post. To reload um, our UI so that we can see when someone is liking a post or removing a like. Okay, as you can see, we like the post, one like. Okay, we like the post, one like. Click again, it will remove the like. Okay, which is great. And now I will create a loader, to improve our user experience. This is the loader, circular progress from Material UI. So what we are going to do, if the response is delayed, okay, we are going to add, like a spinner. So if loading is true, we will have the loader component. And we bring the loader automatically, auto imported. Else will show the post. So guys and girls, register page is the same as login page. Okay, as you can see, the spinner, the loader is working. I was saying that register is the same as login, but it has different action, but um, only that. And we will add the comment list. The comment list material UI, list item, divider, list item text, list item avatar, typography. Okay, and we have props like name and text. Okay, and this is if you have the image of that person that that will add the comment. So I leave it like so, and list item text that will receive the text comment. Okay, but the image has a link, but page not found because we didn't create yet this post, the single post. Okay, so we will import the single post. Let's see in pages and single post. And this one will be post / ID. And now as you can see, single post is working, but we're gonna um, improve the UI. Okay, now we add our UI. This is all the component, card header, media, content. I mean, it's pretty the same as the card, but we made some adjustment, and we use link, use borrow from Dom, use effect, use date. Okay, and the only change text area, auto size, comment list that we have just created, and this is our states: title, content, image, created at, loading, comment. Okay, to receive the comment, and commits. Um, that is the comment, um, the comments array. Okay, and when you are on the URL, we use we extract ID from use params. Okay, use params from React Dom. Okay, this is how you pass the value, set title, set content, set image, set created art. Okay, set loading false, set commits that will receive data post commits because it's an array of objects. Okay, and to add a comment, so this is the code, pretty simple. We will need to pass API comment post and ID. We will receive it from the URL parameter. We'll extract it and we will send the comment. Okay, this field. Okay, this state, and after that we empty the state. We add we send a message to a front end, and we display the post so that we can see uh, uh, the version, the updated version. Okay, and we add loading. We have loader. Okay, so here, if there is no comment, um, you will only see if comment length is 0. So we will see this comment, else we will show um, okay, that will receive the comment list. Here, this is a comment list that accept the name and text. Okay, and you see comment list will add a key uh, comment that posted by that name and text comment that text. Okay, So now user info is to show whether you can add a comment or not. If your login, you can add a comment, else you need to log in to add a comment, and we add the link to uh, uh, so that you can go on the login page and log again. Okay, and so that's it. We have the button to submit comment. Okay, and now this is our UI. Okay, and let's try to add a comment. Seems like our session is expired, so we need to log again. As you can see, 401. I mean, otherwise that's mean we need to log again. And as you can see, we have our comment. So that said, guys and girls, I know it was a little bit longer. So I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so if you have comments, please drop them in the comment section. If you like this video, please smash the like button and share it with your friends so that more people can watch our video. With that being said, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.